Welcome to the final of the John Jacob Cup. We have the two teams who have battled and beaten all of the opposition. On my left, we have winning from home, Charlie, Alex, and James. And on my right, we have Marauders, Jamie, Gary, and John. Marauders are technically the away team, so they get to call the coin toss. Jamie, what would you like, heads or tails?
Heads, please.
Okay. This time it is tails. So, Charlie, would you like to go first or second?
We will start, please.
Okay, lovely.
Good luck, all.
Good luck, everyone. Sorry.
So, questions set by the OKR committee for use in cup or plate final matches played today, correct as of today. So, kicking off with winning from home have 12 points and Marauders have 6. And we start with round 1, question 1 to Charlie. When it appears in the name of a South Asian dish, the word aloo typically indicates the dish contains what vegetable?
Spinach.
It's not. Team.
Oh my goodness. Spacey.
Potato.
Potato is right for a point to Alex Spacey. Jamie Dodding. Vercingetorix was captured by Roman forces in the aftermath of which battle in 52 BC? Five seconds.
Gutenberg.
It's not. Team.
John. Alicia.
It is the Battle of Alicia. Points John.
Great one, John.
2-8 to Alex Spacey.
Sorry, Jamie. That was me saying that. You're captain. Sorry.
That's really all right. Okay, I wasn't going to say it.
Sorry.
Okay,
You
Alex.
took the words out of my mouth anyway, so it's fine.
Matthew Syed, Tintin Ho, and Desmond Douglas are considered to be among the greatest ever British players of what sport? Five seconds.
I'm completely barking up the wrong tree, but the names sound appropriate. Polo?
It's not. So, team.
Okay, James.
Table tennis.
It is table tennis.
Well done.
Could have accepted ping pong or whiff waff. Jamie Hall. Which British author wrote the 2014 book H is for Hawk, a memoir of a year spent training in northern Goshawk following the death of her father? For the book, she was awarded the Samuel Johnson Prize, now known as the Baillie Gifford Prize for Non-Fiction.
Howard.
It's not. Team.
Gary.
McDonald.
It is Helen MacDonald. Yes, point to Gary. Alex A. Which Polish-born mathematician coined the term fractal to describe shapes which have a repeating pattern at every scale, such as the shape created by his namesake set?
Mandelbrot.
Mandelbrot is right. 2. And Gary. The Madrigal family are the central characters of which 2021 animated Disney film, which recently won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature?
Encanto.
It is correct for 2. James. Le Carnaval Romain is an 1844 concert overture by which French composer? It uses material from his earlier opera, Benvenuto Cellini.
Sorry,
what was the year? Sorry, Ian.
1844.
And sorry, did you give a nationality?
I did. French.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Oh, God. Bizet.
It's not Bizet. Team.
I'd maybe hazard a guess at Berlioz.
And you would get a point for it.
Very good.
Right,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Just the year, yeah.
Yeah.
And last question of the round goes to John. Prior to its adoption of the euro in 2002, which European country had used the guilder as its currency since the 15th century?
The Netherlands.
Is absolutely right for 2 points. So that was 5 for winning from home, taking them to 17, and 6 to the Marauders, taking them to 12. Round 2, question 1A to Charlie. In chemistry, what name, beginning with V, is given to the ability of an atom to combine with other atoms, typically quantified as the number of electrons it will lose, add, or share?
Valence or valency.
Valence or valency, absolutely right. Jamie, at the start of a frame in snooker, which colour of ball is placed at the top corner of the triangle of red balls? It has a value of 6 points.
Pink.
Sorry?
Pink.
Pink is right, yes. And Alex S. Which politician, previously the Prime Minister of Luxembourg, served as President of the European Commission from 2014 until 2019?
Oh,
5 seconds.
I try not to watch the news. It gets too depressing. I'll have a guess. Von der Leyen.
It's not. Team?
Alex A. Have a go.
Juncker.
It is Jean-Claude Juncker.
Damn it.
How soon we forget.
Mm.
Jamie Hall. Which Estonian island is the second largest island in the Baltic Sea, behind only Gotland? It became part of the governorate of Livonia in 1721, when it was ceded to the Russian Empire by the Treaty of Neustadt.
Saaremaa.
Saaremaa is absolutely right. 2 points.
Oh, nice
Well
one.
done.
Well dug out. Never
Alex
heard of it.
A. Alex A. What name from the Yoruba language is given to a brightly coloured shirt-like garment covering the top half of the body, commonly worn in West Africa and popular throughout the African diaspora?
Tasiki.
It is right. Yes, 2 points to
Well done.
Fiki. 3B to Gary. Oh Bondage Up Yours, released in 1977, was the debut single for which band, fronted by singer Polly Styrene? The band later found chart success with songs such as Germ-Free Adolescence.
Oh God. X-ray specs.
It is right, yes. James. Featuring as a specialist subject in the recent grand final of Mastermind, which British sitcom, first aired in the 1970s and 80s, starred Ronnie Barker and David Jason as Arkwright and Granville?
It's called Open All Hours.
It is called Open All Hours. 2 points. And John. The Monarch of the Glen, a 19th century painting by British artist Sir Edwin Landseer even, depicts what animal?
Oh,
It's a stag.
It's a stag.
You're getting all the hard ones tonight, don't you? Well, I was trying to figure out what else they might be getting at with that one. Is it a royal stag or a...
No, just stag is all you needed. So that was 7 to winning from home, making 24, but a full house of 8 for Marauders, making 20. Round 3, 1A to Charlie. Rising north of Kilmerston in Hampshire, which river flows through Winchester towards the south coast of England, where its estuary meets that of the River Test to form Southampton Water?
my nightmare question is. The Stour.
It's not, team.
Spacey.
I have to go, this is right. Is it the Itchen?
It is the Itchen, yes. Point
Very good.
there to Alex. Jamie Dodding. Pharrell Williams featured in 3 of the 10 best-selling singles in the UK in the 2010s. Which song by Daft Punk, which topped the UK singles charts in 2013, credits Williams and Nile Rodgers as co-writers and features Williams as the lead vocalist?
Oh, come on.
5 seconds.
Happy. It's not. I'm
It's
sorry.
not, team.
Gary.
Get lucky.
Yeah.
It is. It is Get Lucky.
Sorry about that, guys.
Point to Gary. Alex S. In which 1948 film does Humphrey Bogart play Frank McLeod, a retired army major? While staying in a hotel during a storm, McLeod is taken prisoner by the henchmen of gangster Johnny Rocco, played by Edward G. Robinson.
Oh. If I'm not failing me, but I think I'm going to have stab at Key Largo.
And that stab gets you 2 points.
Very good.
Glad we moved you up a seat. On to the next person.
2B to Jamie H. In Albert Einstein's famous equation E = mc squared, the letter C stands for constant. To which physical constant does this refer?
Speed of light.
Is correct. Alex A. Which title character, created by Belgian cartoonist Hergé, is usually accompanied on his adventures by his faithful dog Snowy?
Tintin.
Tintin is right.
Level 4 coming.
Gary. Which 1994 puzzle video game, a largely ignored entry in the Mario series, was developed by Fantasy Factory and released on the Philips CDI?
Wonderful. Mario Tetris.
It's not, team.
Mario Labyrinth.
It's not, so it goes across.
Alex Spacey.
I thought it was coming. It's Hotel Mario.
It is Hotel Mario.
Well
Point to
done.
Alex.
Good knowledge.
It's on YouTube for its cutscenes.
When this was one of the lesser known ones, Gary, I knew we were up against it there.
And 4A to James. Fraser Nelson is the current editor of which British weekly magazine, traditionally associated with political conservatism?
Spectator.
Is correct. And finally in this round, John. In the abbreviation AER, referring to a common type of interest rate applied to mortgages and loans, the letters AE stand for what 2 words? Five seconds.
Annual exchange.
It's not, team.
I don't think we know.
Okay, going across.
Has anyone got anything? Annual expedition.
It's annual equivalent.
Oh.
So that round was 8 to Winning from Home, taking them to 32, and 3 for the Marauders, taking them to 23. Round 4, question 1A to Charlie. In 1514, which Italian Renaissance artist created a painting entitled Sacred and Profane Love, which depicts 2 women sitting on a sarcophagus with a child thought to represent Cupid playing between them?
Raphael.
It's not Raphael, team.
What did you have, Spacey? If anything.
What you had.
Okay. Ross.
Botticelli.
It's not, so it goes across.
Nobody got anything.
Yes,
No.
Gary.
Michael and Titian.
Gary.
Oh, sorry. I've
you
already
answering
said
that?
Titian. I said Michelangelo first, I think.
Okay, it was Titian, unfortunately.
Oh, shame.
But yeah,
Unlucky.
You didn't have your hand out, Dad. I did. No, you were playing with it. Yeah, it was 3, and then it was a fist, and then it went away. Keep it steady.
okay, Jamie Dodding. The second series of which American comedy drama TV show starring Natasha Lyonne and Amy Poehler is being released on Netflix this week. The series follows a game developer who becomes caught in a mysterious time loop and is forced to relive the same night over and over again.
You give us the beginning of that again, please. I didn't catch it.
The second series of which American comedy drama TV show starring Natasha Lyonne and Amy Poehler? Five seconds.
No idea.
Team?
Oh, is it ours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russian doll.
It is Russian Doll, yes.
Oh, good one. Yeah, I've seen that.
2-8 to Alex S. Covered by Paul Anka on his 2005 album Rock Swings, which song, originally released by Oasis in 1995, begins with the lines, "Today is going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you."
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Absolutely right.
I
Jamie.
like your version, Ian, I have to say.
Jamie Hall. Octavia and Fabia are car models produced by which European motor manufacturer?
Skoda.
2 points. Alex A. Which Indian Ocean island nation, whose capital is Malé, can claim to have the lowest highest point of any country in the world, with its highest point, Mount Vilingili, being only 5 meters above sea level?
The Maldives.
Is right.
Maldives.
Mount.
Yeah.
Very good.
Gary. Which now infamous man, one of the most influential figures in the government of Nazi Germany, was head of the Schutzstaffel, or SS, from 1929 until 1945?
Himmler.
Himmler is right for 2. James. Which 46-year-old golfer was recently named as the captain of the European team for the 2023 Ryder Cup? He won the 2016 Open Championship at Royal Troon with an overall score of 264, a record for a major championship.
I'll say one golfer who I know, McIlroy.
It's not. Team?
Alex Santal.
Yawn.
It's not, so it goes across.
Anything? Gary.
Stenson.
Is the right answer.
Well
Oh,
done.
nice
Good.
one.
Put to Gary. And last question of the half goes to John. With some species reaching over 20 meters in length, Shastasaurus is the largest known genus of which extinct marine reptiles of the Mesozoic era? These reptiles roughly resembled modern dolphins, with long pointed heads, short necks, and vertical tail fins.
Ichthyosaurus.
Ichthyosaurs is right for 2.
Oh.
So that round swung the other way. So 4 for winning from home, taking them to 36, but 8 for Marauders, taking them to 31. So 5 points in it at halftime. And if we're all happy to carry on.
Yeah,
Yep.
crack on.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Okay, question order changes. So we go to Marauders first. So Jamie Dodding. What name from Arabic is given to a loose-fitting hooded robe which covers the full body and has been common attire for men and women throughout the Maghreb since ancient times?
Jalaba?
Is right for 2.
Oh, nice one.
Lovely.
Well done.
Charlie. The songs Go Wild in the Country and I Want Candy, released in 1982, were top 10 hit singles for which band, fronted by the teenage singer Annabella Lwin?
Who did I want? Sorry, guys, I'm a chocolate teapot this game. Go for
seconds.
Alex Spacey. We'll pass to Alex Spacey.
Oh, wow, wow.
Bow Wow Wow is absolutely right. Point to Alex.
Sorry, guys. Well
Jamie Hall. Featuring as a specialist subject in the recent grand final of Mastermind, which British filmmaker directed the Academy Award-winning film 12 Years a Slave and shares his name with a 20th century Hollywood actor nicknamed the King of Cool?
Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen is right, too. Alex S. Whistle Jacket, an 18th century painting by British artist George Stubbs, depicts what animal?
That just a horse.
That is just a horse.
Their consolation, I had no idea till Stubbs was mentioned.
3A to Gary. Often contrasted with covalent bonding, in which electrons are shared between atoms, what type of chemical bonding relies on electrostatic attractions between atoms of different charges or electronegativities?
Ionic.
Ionic bonding is right. And Alex A. At the start of a frame in snooker, which colour of ball is placed at the centre of the table, equidistant from the two side pockets? It has a value of 5 points.
Blue.
Blue is the colour. And John, which politician, previously the Prime Minister of Poland, served as President of the European Council from 2014 until 2019? Five seconds. Gonna need to pass it over to the team, I'm
No,
afraid.
it won't come. It
Team.
won't come. Gary.
Tusk.
It is Donald Tusk. Point to Gary. And James. Germany's largest island is Rügen, which is also the largest of the Pomeranian Islands. What island, split between Germany and Poland, is the second largest of the Pomeranian Islands and is also the most populous island in the Baltic Sea? Five seconds.
I really don't know. I'll just say Heligoland.
It's not. So team.
Anyone got any ideas? We will invent the word Veltzen.
And I will pass it across.
Unst.
It's not. It's called Usedom or Usedom or anyway, USEDOM.
I knew it was something like that. You began with you. Couldn't remember it.
Unlucky.
So 5 points to Winning from Home, taking them to 41. 7 to Marauders, taking them to 38. Okay, if we're ready, let's get cracking again with round 6. Question 1A to Jamie Dodding. Surrounded entirely by South Africa, which small mountainous African nation has the world's highest lowest point, with its lowest point, the confluence of the Orange and Macheleng rivers, being 1,400 meters above sea level?
Lesotho.
Lesotho is absolutely right. 2 points. Charlie. Which now infamous man, one of the most influential figures in the government of Nazi Germany, was Reich Minister of Propaganda from 1933 until 1945?
Was Goebbels?
That was Goebbels. Jamie Hall. Which 46-year-old golfer was recently named as the captain of the US team for the 2023 Ryder Cup? He won the 2015 Open Championship at St Andrews after a 4-hole playoff, having previously won the Masters in 2007. Five seconds. going to go to the team.
Yeah. Is that a finger, Jamie?
Yeah.
What have you wanted?
Mr. Steve Stricker.
It's not, so it goes across.
Sorry.
That was trying to remember.
You're on. Dustin Johnson.
Do you know, it's a shame you said that, because if you just said Johnson, I'd have given it to you,
Johnson.
but you've got my wrong first name. It's
No.
Zach Johnson.
Sorry.
Ah.
Sorry. Oh, well.
Okay.
It was an entire guess.
Yeah,
so-
no harm.
I was trying to dig Steve Stricker out anyway, so I'm glad it weren't.
Okay, so yeah, Zach Johnson, so no points there. Alex S., your question. The order Pythonomorpha was proposed in 1869 as a classification for which large extinct aquatic reptiles, which were then thought to be closely related to snakes, but are now more commonly believed to be related to monitor lizards. These reptiles, which flourished in the late Cretaceous period, had large toothed jaws, long flattened tails, and characteristically broad paddle-like limbs.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. I think I'm just gonna go the first comes to mind. Apatosaurus.
It's not, so team.
I'm hoping we're thinking the same. I'm going to say plesiosaur.
It's not, so it goes across.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that was mine too, Gary.
Nope, nothing.
Doesn't sound like it's going to come. No, okay, I'm going to time you out. They're mosasaurs, M-O-S-A.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah, don't worry, Tyler. I was going to say the same.
Never heard of
Oh,
him.
thank
Yeah,
goodness.
It's
and
a
a
lot
half.
more obscure than ichthyosaurs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
3-8 to Gary. In 1444, which Italian Renaissance artist created a small painting entitled The Flagellation of Christ, which shows three figures conversing in the foreground, seemingly oblivious to the titular event taking place behind them?
1444.
Did you give him? Oh,
1444. Yeah, Caravaggio.
It's not. Team.
Really.
John. Piero della Francesca.
Absolutely right. Yes.
Well done.
Great
Yeah,
answer,
sorry.
John.
Sorry, I went far too late with that. Stupid.
Alex A. The third series of which American action comedy TV series, starring Elliot Page and Tom Hopper, among others, is due to be released on Netflix in June 2022. The series follows a group of 7 superheroes who were assembled into a crime-fighting team by their adoptive father.
The Umbrella Academy.
It is the
Okay.
Umbrella Academy, yes.
Well pulled, Alex.
Thanks.
John, covered by Paul Anka on his 2005 album Rock Swings, which song, originally released by Survivor in 1982, begins with the lines, "Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances."
Eye of the Tiger.
Is absolutely right. And James, Ibiza and Alhambra are car models produced by which European motor manufacturer?
Seat.
Seat is right. So that was 6 to Winning from Home, taking them to 47, and 5 to Marauders, taking them to 43. 2 rounds to go. And question 1A to Jamie Dodding. In 1882, which German mathematician described a non-orientable surface known as his namesake bottle, which in theory can be formed by joining 2 sides of a sheet to form a tube, then looping the tube back through itself and joining its edges?
Mobius.
It's not. Team?
Klein.
Oh,
Absolutely. Don't know where you got that from.
Nice
You're absolutely
one,
right, Jamie. Well done.
Well done.
Great
I
one.
remember.
Couldn't dig it
First
out.
time
First time
we
we brain worked tonight.
Felix Klein.
Good.
1B to Charlie. Which song from the film Encanto became a hit single in 2022, spending more time at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 than any other Disney song, and also topping the UK singles chart.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't, and it's right. 2 points. Jamie H. Pines of Rome, a 1924 tone poem depicting various locations in Rome, is the second of which Italian composers' 3 tone poems about the city?
Respighi.
Is absolutely right. Alex S. Prior to its adoption of the euro in 2002, which European country had used the escudo as its currency since 1911?
There's that. Portugal.
Is right.
But then
Gary, when it appears in the name of a South Asian dish, the word gobi typically indicates that the dish contains what vegetable?
Cauliflower.
It is cauliflower, yes.
Done.
And Alex A. Marcus Licinius Crassus was killed during which battle in 53 BC? Five seconds.
Is that the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest?
Not team.
James, have a go.
The Battle of Carrhae.
It is the Battle of Carrhae.
Oh,
Very
Very
good.
nice.
Very good.
It's James. And John. Laura Massaro, Nick Matthew, and Peter Nicol are considered to be among the greatest ever British players of what sport?
Ooh. Squash.
Done.
Is correct.
Hmm.
And last question around to James. In 2008, the Samuel Johnson Prize was awarded to which British author for her book, The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher, or The Murder at Road Hill House. She was shortlisted for the award again in 2020 for her book, The Haunting of Alma Fielding. Five seconds.
Fielding.
It's not, so team.
I think we will just say Miller.
And I'll send it across.
Jamie.
Susanna Hill. Susanna
It's
something.
not, it's Kate Summerscale.
Oh,
Of
right,
course
sorry.
it is.
Yeah.
I can think of Kate, but could not
Right.
remember her name.
So 5 to Winning from Home, taking them to 52, and 7 to Marauders, taking them to 50. So 2-point lead for Winning from Home, going into the final round, round 8.
Ooh.
Oh,
Good luck, everyone.
1-8 Jamie. That's Jamie Dodding. Which title character, created by Rene Goscinny and Albert Uderzo, is accompanied on his adventures by Obelix and his faithful companion Dogmatix?
Asterix the Gaul.
Absolutely right. Charlie. Between 1993 and 1996, 3 video games were released for the Philips CDI, which featured characters from the Legend of Zelda series, though they were largely ignored and are not usually considered to be official entries in the series. Give the title of any one of the 3 games.
Luckily, I have a teammate who's gasping for the answer, so the pressure's a tiny bit off. Link's archery training.
Is not the right answer.
Alex Spacey.
Ed, you can either have, I think I'm going to go with Link, the Faces of Evil.
And I will give you a point for that.
But you could also have had Zelda's Adventure or Zelda the Wand of Gamelon.
We all
Well,
know
that's,
that.
that's just showing off.
Oh,
I'd be
spent too much time
embarrassed
on-
to know that.
I spend,
No,
I
you
know, I
wouldn't.
spend way too much time on YouTube watching god-awful cutscenes of them. So
Well done, Alex.
they really
Good
are.
knowledge. Good knowledge.
Okay,
Thanks.
so
They
2-8
all
to Jamie
count.
H. Zanny Minton Beddoes is the current editor of which British weekly publication, which predominantly focuses on current affairs and business, and is traditionally associated with political liberalism or centrism?
Uh,
5 seconds.
that was The Economist.
Is right.
Oh, well done.
Well tracked down.
Alex S. In the abbreviation SVR, referring to a common type of interest rate applied to mortgages and loans, the letters SV stand for what 2 words?
Well, didn't teach us useful things like this in school.
5 seconds.
Savings variable.
It's not. So team,
Go on, James.
Standard variable.
it is standard variable, yes.
Oh, right, I'll take that.
3A to Gary. Rising near Ulston Reservoir in North Yorkshire, which river flows through Strensall and Haxby before joining the River Ouse in the centre of York?
Oh dear. Sorry, folks. Should know that.
5 seconds.
Stour. It's not. I'm so
It's
sorry.
not. So team,
It's John. Oh, right.
Ooh.
Sorry, you had
What's that mean?
5.
Jamie had his hand up before me.
Quick.
I'm sorry, I need an answer from
Foss,
someone.
go on, Foss.
James.
Foss.
Foss is right. Okay. Yeah. Points, John.
Well, I'm keeping a tally of who's answered, and that's why I went with my dad, because you both had 5 fingers out.
Okay.
Yeah, but Jamie had his out long before me.
Well, put
so-
yours back then. Oh, bloody answer.
All on
He
you.
likes me, really.
The
Fair
final
take.
round
Yes,
of the final of the John Jacob Cup. Falling apart.
It's all gone mad.
Okay, Alex A, your question. Another of 2013's best-selling songs was which controversial #1 single by Robin Thicke, on which Pharrell Williams is credited as a featured artist as well as a co-writer?
Blurred lines.
Third lines is the right answer. So, 2 questions to go. Winning from home currently have 56 points, and Marauders have 55. Literally anyone's game. As we ask question 4A to John. Humphrey Bogart played the role of Linus Larrabee in which 1954 romantic drama film in which Linus and his brother compete for the affections of his family chauffeur's daughter, played by Audrey Hepburn?
Not the foggiest. I knew Key Largo.
5 seconds.
No, to have and have not.
It's not. So team,
No. Please, go on, Jamie.
Funny face. No.
it's not. So it goes across.
That's straight to Alex Spacey.
Sabrina.
It is Sabrina.
Sorry to
Yeah.
use release
Nice
title
one.
Sabrina Fair. But yeah.
And the last question of the quiz goes to James. For what does the letter E stand in Albert Einstein's famous equation E equals mc squared?
Energy.
Energy gets you 2 points and means that round 8 was 7 to winning from home, making 59, and 5 to Marauders, making 55. So winning from home are the John Jacob Cup winners.
Blimey.
Well,
Well
well
done.
This
Well
season.
played.
Well played.
Well played all.
Well played all.
Played everyone. It's really, really good. Really good quiz
We
there from
had
everyone.
the best of the arguments, though, to be fair. So
Thank you so much for reading, Ian.
Yes,
thank you.
Ian.
Thanks,
Not at
Ian.
all. Absolute pleasure.
And thank you to
Um,
OQL for the whole
Yes.
Setting, yeah, put on. Thank you very
What,
much.
Yes,
what was the
absolutely.
final
Thank you, as
score, by
always,
the
to-
way? What was the score?
59-55.
Yes.
Thanks as always
Despite
to
my
all of the
best
setters,
Right.
to all of the players, to all of the readers, and
Yeah,
thank
very
you
much.
to anyone who has watched this on YouTube. We'll see you all next season.
Cheers, guys. Well played again.
Thanks.
Ah.
Yeah, well played.
Cheers, guys.